Hello. So today we are going to learn how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. So our word problem is, Julian has half of a cake. He gave 1/3 of it away. How much cake does he now have left? So the very first thing that we need to do is find our whole. Anything can be a whole. So we need to define which one could be our whole. So this is going to be our whole. This is going to be the whole cake. Okay. So he has half of a cake. This red one will be half. Why is it going to be half? Because 2 halves equal a whole. So therefore, the 2 halves is equivalent to this one whole. So we're working with the half. So he gave a half of it away. So we need to divide the half into 3 equal sections. So we will use these triangles. 2, 3. Okay. So now we can say that this is also a half. Okay. Now if we add the rest, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6/6 is also equivalent to a whole, just like 2 halves is also equivalent to a whole. Okay, so now we know that these triangles signify a 6. A 6 is going to be our common unit fraction. So we have our half. Okay, so we are going to substitute this half for 3/6. So you gave 1/3 of it away. So since our common unit factor is a 6, this 1/3 is going to change to 2/6. Okay, so we're going to subtract 2/6. So 1, 2, and we are left with 1/6. A common misconception of this is that students may get confused about these right here, the triangles, just because they will think that maybe since we divided this into 3 sections that they're going to be 1/3. So they subtract 1/3, so they think that their answer is 2/3. Which is incorrect. Okay, that was with the area model. We will now go to the linear model. Same problem. So first thing we do, again, find our whole. So this will be our whole. This length will be our whole. This will be our cake. So Julian has half of a cake. So we will grab our half. Okay. How do I know that's half? Because 2 halves equal a whole. So 2 halves is equivalent to 1 whole. Okay. So he gave 1/3 of it away. So we can use our 1/3. But can we find what this area is? No, not by using the 1/3 and a half. Why? Because they do not have a common unit fraction. So we need to find our common unit fraction. So 1/6. 1/6 goes into 1/3 twice. So 2/6 is equivalent to 1/3. Now, if we do that to the half, we see that 3/6 is equivalent to a half. So we will substitute the half with 3/6. Okay. And remember, we substituted our 1/3 with 2/6. Okay. So our 1/3 is going to change to 2/6. So since he gave away 2/6 of the cake, we will subtract 1/2/6 of the cake, and we will end up with 1/6. So 1/2 subtracted by 1/3 equals 1/6. Also, another misconception that students may have is kind of similar to our area model. They see that we have a half and it is divided into 3 equal sections. So they could think that each of these represent a third, but again, this was our whole. So we have to remember, we have to go back to our whole. So we would have to have 6/1/6 to equal our whole. So then these stay the same as a sixth rather than a third. So our answer is a sixth rather than 1/3.